to Kelzhoop Players Club.
Hey everyone, it's Kelzhoop's Players Club, and I'm here with my main man, MaCio Teague. He's one of the best in the business. We're clearly one of the best to come out of Cincinnati, state of Ohio. He's kind of put me on to a lot. He has an interesting story, and to hear today, we're gonna chop it up, bounce our lives off one another, and kind of go on that. What's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm alright, man. What's going on? How you been doing?
Right, everything been good. You know, just working my way through the pandemic, stuff like that. How you been?
I mean, you know how it go. Kind of like the same. You know, unfortunately for me, I don't have a season. Don't have really a determination on how things gonna go. So, kind of on standstill, trying to keep my eye on the ball.
Yeah.
So, man, you got an interesting story. A lot of people don't really acknowledge what you've been through, what you've experienced on so many levels. I'm talking about from AU to high school to college, and even now, man, trying to turn pro. So, kind of talk about your transition from leaving high school to high school.
So I went to IMG, and when I was down there, we had a pretty good team. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And
talk about some of the people that was on that team, because I remember a lot of people may not understand what was on that team.
IMG, we had Crispin Jackson. He went to where you go? He went to Akron. He averaged like 20 a game. He was a MAC player of the year this year.
I remember.
We had this dude named Lear League. He went to JUCO. I don't think his grades was right, but he had like high major offers. But they found out his grades weren't right.
Yeah.
We had Kevin Fisher, and we had Steve. But it was probably me and Christian. We was the best ones on there.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to put me and Christian on varsity my sophomore year, so I ended up transferring to Summer Country Day.
Yeah.
And I played with Kevin Johnson. He was nice. And Antonio Woods.
Yeah.
And Kev, he ended up going to UC. Tone went to Penn. And I really felt like Tone was a high major guy, honestly, but...
I agree, 100%, wholeheartedly.
Yeah, he didn't get the looks either, but I mean, he got an Ivy League degree, so I feel like he'd be straight after that. And we used to win all the games by like 35, so I'm like, this ain't really fun.
Yeah.
So I transferred to Walnut Hills and played for Coach Cardo, and that was my favorite coach I ever played for in my life. Yeah, Coach Cardo. So I gained a lot of confidence playing for him. Like, he really let me do my thing, and I was on varsity.
Yeah.
So he really let me do my thing. I gained a lot of confidence, and I was really thinking, like, I'm one of the better players out here.
Yeah.
I always knew it in the back of my mind, because I used to go play, like, pickup and stuff like that, and I used to be better than everybody. But, like, it was no coach, like, that ever, like, trusted me the way Coach Cardo trusted me.
And Coach Cardo's one of the good ones.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
So talk about being able to go from high school to high school, like you did, and then going to, a major like where you went to, Asheville.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I ain't have no offers coming out of high school. I mean, I had a few, but Asheville, I felt like that was the best fit for me, honestly. At the end of the day, that was my last one.
That made a lot of noise, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Wait to be a major. That's kind of where you kind of put yourself on. I mean, I always knew you was put on, but when you went there, kind of showed you who you are, man.
Yeah.
And so when you decided to make that cut and go to Baylor, talk about how that happened.
So what happened was my coaching staff, they left, and they went to Middle Tennessee State.
Did they? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they went to Middle Tennessee State. So like, they didn't really recruit me, because he was like, before I put my name in the portal, he was like, look, like, make sure all your life is intact, because you're gonna get a lot of calls. And then he said, no, I don't think you understand, like, a lot of calls.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understood what he meant.
Yeah.
But I was getting calls from everywhere in the country. I'm like, yo, it was kind of a lot, honestly. Like, it was kind of hard for me to deal with, because like I'd be on the phone with, say, Baylor for 20 minutes talking to their staff, like, they're trying to recruit me. I missed like 3 phone calls from another school, like, in the time of me being on the phone. I'm like, bro, this is too much for like the first 10 days. It was really a lot for me to like deal with, because I didn't deal with that stuff in high school. Yeah,
fortunate enough for me, man, I kind of did the same thing in high school. So if you was talking to your Tennessees and you talking to your Ohio States, Louisville's calling, you're like, you gotta pick up the phone. And they kind of like wondering. So I understand. So what made you choose Baylor?
I just felt like they did a great job recruiting me. It was between them and Louisville.
Yeah.
And I was unsure about Louisville with their sanctions and stuff. So I ended up going to Baylor, just because I knew that it was going to be like a vacancy in the guard spots at Baylor and at Louisville. So I ended up choosing Baylor.
So in Louisville, did you take the chance to watch the Chris Dawkins thing in the NCAA, the corrupt thing?
Oh, no, I ain't watched that.
It kind of got put in perspective how it all kind of happened. No fault or anybody. I'm not swaying on either side, but man, it's something you should probably watch to kind of put in perspective when you talk about choosing where you want to go to school. It was crazy.
It's a 30 for 30?
Yeah, it's on HBO actually.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So you get to Baylor, and all right, I'm at Baylor, and I'm getting tuned in to playing in the Big 12.
Yeah.
When you think about the Big 12, a lot of people don't understand. If you're not a basketball person, you're not watching it. The Big 12, that's legit. And so when you chose them, I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna kill there.
Yeah.
It's a big time league.
Mm-hmm.
You got your Kansas, you got your Kansas State, you got your Iowa State. So kind of talk about knowing that you was going to the Big 12 and playing in that atmosphere day in and day out.
So when I sat out, I remember throughout the practice, we had this dude, Mark Vital, I said, he always used to be like, man, this the 12. Like, we ain't getting away with that. This the 12. Like, 'cause he used to foul. Like, every single play, Mark used to foul.
He was the glue to y'all, man.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
Mark the glue guy. But he used to foul us and then say, like, the GAs, like, they ref our practice and they'd call the foul. He'd be like, bro, it's the 12. Like, they ain't calling that. So then I started watching. I'm like, man, let me see if they really like that. So I'm watching the games. I'm like, bro, I can do what he do. I can do what he do too. Like, I'm watching. I'm like, bro, these dudes ain't no better than me. So I'm thinking in my mind sitting out. Like, next year, like, you going to have a good year. Because, like, it ain't like they, like, locking up on nothing crazy. Like, we got bigs. They got bigs. It ain't like it's Asheville. And we got, like, 2 players who really, like, good. And everybody else, like, way below us. And, like, they can really key in. Like, we got 5 players.
Yeah, it's a
I'm like,
matchup on all levels. I got you.
So I'm like, I'm going to be able to hoop next year. Like, I'm going to be fine. Like, just be confident. And that's what I was this year, so.
Yeah. So with Baylor and like having a year that y'all here, ain't no telling what could have happened, but you and Kansas kind of went tit for tat. Talk about that game, man. That was a really, really big game. Y'all lost for like 3, right?
3, yeah.
So in that atmosphere, how'd you feel? Like, what was it like knowing that you was playing against, Kansas always sweep in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Y'all come in, y'all top dog, low key. Y'all come in, y'all kind of disrupt some things. Talk about like what was like your mindset as a player and knowing that you was the newcomer.
So we had beat them at their place.
I
we
remember.
won by 12, and then they came into our place, and I remember I never really look at this stuff, but like one of my teammates, like he like from Vegas, and so he always looking at like who Vegas is saying is gonna win, like with the experts saying who they picking. He was like, yo, they got us picked to lose. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, they got us picked to lose. Like, how we the number 1 seed? They got us picked to lose. What's crazy is like we was number 1 team for like 5 weeks.
I know. It was crazy.
So,
and amazing at the same time.
Yeah, fact. So I think we played like 10 games in number 1. They had us pick to lose on like 7 of the 10 games. Like, it was crazy. Like, they had us pick to lose on most of the games that we played. But so they had us pick to lose, and it was my first. So I broke my wrist February 10th, and so I missed.
And then you sat out for a while.
Yeah, I sat out 2 games. I sat out against West Virginia, then I sat out against Oklahoma, and Kansas was my first game back. So I was actually kind of nervous. Like, I'm usually never nervous before the games. Like, I see a lot of people, that's like calming to me. Cause it's not like I like look up into the stands and like that. Like, I'm just like on the floor.
Yeah.
But I realized there was a lot of people there, but I was nervous because I didn't know how I was gonna do it with my hand. Like, It was, so I was actually pretty nervous. I really won myself that game. I think I finished with like 8 points, like 1 rebound. I was up to like 14 and a half and like 5.2 rebounds, something like that.
Yeah.
But I played better than what I expected myself to play. I felt like I could do some things, but
I felt like you was limited.
Yeah, for sure.
So that mindset, man, I know all about nervousness. When I step on the court, I'm always nervous. The good nervous, not one like I'm scared to play, but when you at the professional level, when you step up and get on the court, man, it's like my mom always said, when you're nervous, that's a good thing. I mean, you care. So I understand what you're saying. So like when you find out about your wrist, like, did you have like a choice to sit out? Keep playing?
Yeah. They told me they said that it's a chance it could get worse. Like, first of all, I was in the doctor's office. They did like the X-rays. They did like the X-rays, the MRI. I don't know which one it's called, but they was doing all of this stuff. And the doctor came back in there. He was like, so looking at your wrist, look right here. He's like pointing at the screen. He's saying all of these words. I'm like, I have no idea what this means. So he's like, that's what he's saying. Like, he's saying like all these bone names and stuff. I'm like, dude, he's like transverse. And then you got this bone right here, this bone. He said, but at the end of the day, there's a fracture. And he said that. And I was like, that's all right. Well, I'm about to play anyway. That was my immediate thought. I'm like, whatever this dude about to say, I'm still gonna play. That's what I was thinking to myself.
So were you in pain though before you had got to that point? You was in a lot of pain, huh?
Before I played?
No, before you got to the point where like you knew something was wrong with your wrist.
No, I broke it on in the game and like.
And you knew it was broken at that point.
I didn't know it was broke. I knew that. I thought it was a real bad sprain. I said, oh man. I said that in the locker room after. I said, if he had put all this weight on my arm, he would have broke it. And that's what I said in the locker room. Then I went to the doctor the next day and they said it was broke. And I was like, I'm still gonna play.
Yeah.
But I knew that like my hand was super swollen, like how my hand is right here. It was like up to like right here the next day. Like it was super swollen. I couldn't like move my fingers like up like this. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dang. So fast forward to the fact that everything got cut short. the pandemic comes and y'all no longer have a season, what's your process and your mindset knowing that, you know, you enter the draft? So if you could talk about that, if you feel comfortable talking about that, explain kind of how you feel knowing that it was the right time for you.
Yeah, I just felt like it's a good time for me to test the waters, get feedback from the NBA team, stuff like that. Just go through the under advisory committee process. And if it was workouts, I probably wouldn't have got surgery.
Yeah.
I would have went to the workouts and worked out and did everything. But yeah, so just getting feedback, trying to get interviews, stuff like that. They start tomorrow, so hopefully I get some between now and June 3rd.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just trying to test the waters so I can have the experience for next year.
So like now in this process, knowing that you can't actually get on the court with your wrist, and even the pandemic, like how do they kind of like see what you bring to the table? Like, is it like you do like a lot of virtual calls? Like, you talk to a lot of like the scouts and stuff like that from team to team?
It'll be like on Zoom, like the little app. So Zoom, the interviewing with them, like face to face.
Do that all the time.
For real?
Yeah.
So we'll be doing the Zooms like that. What else? Like they were talking about doing like virtual workouts, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. But if they do that, I guarantee you, I'm putting the camera underneath the rim. I'm putting the rim down to 9 feet. And they're gonna see me windmilling in that workout. Every drive to the basket, I'm two hands something crazy.
Do whatever it takes. I'm here for it, man. But so talk about how your family kind of impacted you and who you are and what you like accomplished. Like talk about how, because family is important to me, and I know like when I see you, family is important to you as well. So talk about how they've impacted what you've been able to do and accomplish throughout your time.
So it's like no pressure on my family.
Yeah.
I mean, so. They love me unconditionally.
Yeah.
If I go out there and play bad, especially my sister, she be like, it's all right, bro. Like she really don't even be caring. She's like, bro, it's cool, man. It's just basketball.
That's Chelsea.
So that's what she be saying.
Well.
But my mom, she's more intense. But she helped me like shoot. Like my mom, she taught me how to shoot. My dad, like he sent me clips after every game. Like you could have done this there. Like he go back and rewind it on the TV, and that's how he sent it to me. Like he ain't got
like you me right now.
Yeah, that's how my dad do it. Yeah, my brother he be tweaking. He be like, bro, like you ain't being aggressive enough. Like you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. Like he really be saying stuff like that.
I think you inside my life.
Yeah.
Not from my mom, my dad to my sister. So my sister is like yours.
Yeah.
My sister is like, you get another one, you get another chance to get it right, you get another, you get it right. Oh, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
You know, good players have bad games. See, I don't think I was a good player today. Yeah. Well, you're a good player to me, so I understand what you're saying. Whereas your mom and your dad, like they kind of like more in detail. So I get it. So when you think about your family, you tie in all of the decisions you made, do you think you made them on your own, or the impact your family has had on them?
My family definitely impacted some of my decisions, but I feel like they let me make my own decisions. Like they like try to help me out throughout the process. Like Baylor, they're like, well, Louisville, they provides this for you. They got this, this, and this. Then Baylor, they got this, this, and this. But you know what school wants you, bro. He said, you sat in that meeting and you know what school wants you. That's what my dad told me. And I was thinking, I agree with you. I was thinking, I called Coach Jewell committed that night. But so it's just stuff like that. So yeah, I mean they help me out throughout the process, but they let me make my decisions for me. It's not like they telling me like you need to do this. Yeah. So like they want me to be my own man.
So if you had to say like people that's kind of like seeing your story and seeing people here in this city of Cincinnati who's kind of like watched what we have done and how I've learned from you, obviously, and stuff that I've seen you do with my own eyes and support you. What's something you could tell young pups, like raw and uncut, like when you've experienced playing on every level? You played mid-major, played at Big 12. You got a chance. You in a position now where you're a professional. You can be a professional.
Yeah, facts.
So what's something you could like recommend, like raw and uncut, like?
Just stay ready for your opportunity. That's really the main thing. Like you never know when your opportunity gonna come. And for me, I really didn't feel like my opportunity came till I was at Asheville.
Yeah. There's no there. You thought the time would be.
Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing people doing things out of high school. I'm like, bro, I'm really better than this dude. Like I played against him. I had more points than him. All of them coaches were sitting on the sideline. I had more rebounds, points, field goal percentage better than his. I don't know why they choosing this guy. I guess it's because we be windmilling in the warm-up lines. I guess that's what it is. Like that's how I'm thinking to myself. And so I went to Asheville, and I'm
that's funny.
And what's crazy, when I went to Asheville, they had two dudes committed there, or no, not committed, they was freshmen. They averaged, like, one of them averaged 14, one of them averaged 13. And they played like 33 minutes a game. Both of them transferred out. And I'm like, bro, this your chance for real. Like, you really got a chance now to play. Because when I was committed there, I'm thinking, bro, I don't know how many minutes you gonna play. Like, I'm gonna still go in there and work, but I don't really know. But when I seen it, I'm like, that's 80 minutes that's basically opened up. So I'm like, oh yeah, you got a chance. So like, just stay ready for your opportunity, though.
That's so crazy. That is so true. Because like a lot of times, like you see, like sometimes we get caught up in who's ahead of you. Yeah. You like, dang man, I know for a fact, that could be me. Like I know what I prepared for. Yeah. And so like you see certain people accomplish things, so it kind of gets you down. Like, dang, when my opportunity coming? Like, so like now for me as a professional, I'm kind of trying to figure out where I lie, like where I fit in the most, like to be a professional. So I understand what you're saying. Like a lot of young pups now kind of get so caught up in that they lose sight of the vision. Yeah. So I understand that being a source of advice you could possibly give them.
Yeah, it's a step-by-step process. Yeah. Like it ain't like just from here straight to the top. Like you going here, back over here, here. Like, it's a lot of obstacles you gotta overcome. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because like a lot of times when you even think about it, like your best of the best even get to the point where they gotta go down and come back up, back up. So the media don't always show where like how people's come up is kind of is. So I understand what you're saying, man. But that's dope, man. So when it's all said and done, when it's all over and MaCio Teague is no longer bouncing the basketball, what do you want your legacy to be? Like what you want people to look at you? This is my legacy. What you build on?
That's a good question. I ain't never thought about that. I say something along the lines of like hard work, being relentless. He was a relentless guy. He never gave up. He was very persistent. And I would say something along the lines of that. And but yeah, I'm glad you said that. But like after basketball, I want to say what I want to do though, because that just made me think about it.
Feel free.
Yeah, that just made me think about it. After hoop, especially if my career go the way I want it to, I want to be a high school coach and I want to train kids. Like I want to put them like.
You want to be a high school coach?
Yeah.
Dog. I always thought that I would. I foresee myself only being a student of the game, a teacher. But you, best luck to you, man. You got my support.
I'll be a high school coach. But listen, because I had a cheese, so I'm working out the kids, and I really want to be a trainer, like shooting handle, like Dev in the lab, like the ones
that do the Mellows and the Browns now.
But I want to just train the high school guys, because like train them, like they're gonna come up through my program. I'm gonna train them, like I want to develop them, see them progress, and then I'm gonna already be connected. I'm gonna be calling them like, oh, I got Scott Drew, I got Chris Mack, I got Mark Few. I can call them. I'm on the phone with them. Like, I got this player for you right now. Like, we ready.
You the kids' resource.
Yeah, facts, and that's what I want to do. Yeah, for sure. So I want to put them on, and then
you without a doubt gonna be able to do that. Yeah. Without a doubt, for sure.
So that's what I want to do.
So you plan on having your own AAU program as well?
I might. Yeah. I mean, maybe either AAU or high school. One of the two.
That's what's up, man.
So yeah.
Well, that's a wrap, man. Big shout out to Norma, Crispin, and everything she's done for the Kelzhoop Players Club. We wrapping it up with MaCio Teague. Like I said, one of the best friends I've ever had on all levels. So I appreciate him for coming. Look out for us. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Peace.